Yo, what's up guys, it's Gabzzz here and welcome back to another video. Today we have DAYONIKIN on for an interview. I reacted to him back in December. I think it's like one of my most viewed videos now. Artist straight out of Kitchener. He actually recently actually had to take all his music down off of DistroKicks, changing distributors and like changing like I guess marketing tactics and whatever. He gets more into that into the interview. So honestly, it's really good. Even we talk about some like wild shit like the system's broken. So be sure to stay tuned all the way through. Watch the whole thing, and be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below who you think I should interview next, who should I react to, yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. But also just like in like 10 seconds into the interview, but like present me is done. Just get into it.
Good, was good.
Alright.
Bro, there's way too much grabbing this. I'm sorry, I didn't even do that for like cinematic effect. It's just straight up too much, bro. Like I'm tired now.
He's just gonna be zooted the whole fucking interview.
Hopefully not, bro. I was kind of zooted in my one my YouTube video that I did, cause I'm gonna do YouTube videos. I think we should do some shit, bro. Gaming and shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good way to get your name out there, at least, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of like the whole like premise of like what I'm doing right now. Cause if you didn't notice, I deleted like all my music, and like the reason for that, bro. Yo, the police, man.
Oh shit.
Like, I'm not gonna disclose too much, cause like I don't even know. If you want to cut this out, you can totally do that. But like the whole premise of like why I dropped my music, I want to change distributors as well. Like DistroKid like kind of fucked me over. They're not even like really helping me. I tried like talking to like their headquarters and shit, and like talking to like some people, but it's all like bots and shit. They don't have like real people who are on the FAQs, like the frequently asked questions and stuff, and they don't really help artists. And like the problems that I had was I was trying to delete a song from the album that I already submitted, because I already submitted the album like a whole year ahead, because like my plan was like for my first album I would submit it a whole year ahead, and that gives me a whole 12 months to like prepare, find YouTubers I'd like to react to it, find people I'd like to collaborate with after the fact, or remix songs or get them on features, and just meet people and just like, you know, just really like open myself as like an artist, because it's like I like working with people, and it's like there's so many people that are in my area, but it's like we can't work because of just like problems. And it's like it's an unfortunate thing, but it's like it's just the way it is, and I don't really pay no mind to it. I just continue working, and it's like you would think that if you're in a really small city and there's not a lot of big artists, that it'd be a lot easier for you to strive, but it's actually really hard, because there's no fundamental and like base of like where artists like should be at. Like when you look at like Atlanta, you got like 21 Savage, and then you got like all these people who already blown out of there, like Lil Baby and stuff. So there's like not a standard, but there's like an inspiration, and there's a area of like improvement for other artists to like look off and be like, yo, I can take a little riff off of him, take a little elements off of this, and like create my own sound. And that's where people like freaking Baby Santana pop out.
Yeah.
And like all those people, like shout out all them, you know. Voice crack, holy shit. I hit puberty already.
Yeah, no, but I've heard. I mean, there's a couple other Kitchener artists that I've talked to, even like yesterday, one hit me up and was like, "Yo, I'm off the grid." I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I guess it's honestly a bigger thing. It's because it's not even just like Kitchener. It's like the whole Greater Toronto area. There's like this fucking weird thing where like beef all of a sudden hits. Like as soon as you hit like grade 10, like beef is fucking.
Yeah, it's like
just
high school. High school is just like, I've had a conversation with someone like if high school is actually like really needed for people. But you look at places like Sweden, my guy, and you see places like those places, and like you look at their high school system, and their high school system is literally like built off of like the fact like, yo, if you want to do a certain thing, we'll just set you up straight for that. Like you go to Sweden, like some kid wants to do some construction, they put him straight into a co-op. They put him straight into the field of apprenticeship and get him on his wheels. Like, and the same thing for music. That's why like I actually talked to a girl on Facebook from Sweden, and she was like, yo, like the music programs down here are actually crazy, because like Sweden, they like to do a lot of EDM. I've been told. I'm not from there, so I can't say that's just like the whole entire thing. That's like saying all of Canada listens to rap. Like, you know, that'd be a very far-fetched. But Sweden, I was told that like a very big thing there, like instead of like hip hop, it'd also be like EDM. And I was told that like, yo, if you wanted to do that and you're in high school, they'd literally get you up with DJs and they would literally get you into like music, like cooperations and things where you just work on your craft because like you got to think like that 10,000 hour rule where like you put something in for 10,000 hours, you become good at it. That's true, bro. Like you got to think about it. You put 30 minutes into working out or an hour into working out every single day. Let's say an hour every single day, that adds up to 7 hours a week if you're doing it every single day. And then you also got to think about if you did that for 3 years consecutively, every single day, you did an hour of a workout. That adds up, bro. That's probably like almost a year of your time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
And that was just that was a year of just straight up push-ups if you put all that time frame together, bro. It's actually like incredible.
Yeah, that role is like straight up like the most true role I think they've ever taught us, you know. Like that's the one thing where like as a kid you're like, okay, like they're like never give up, follow your dreams, and then as soon as you like become an adult, they're like, actually, you know what we said about that? Fuck that. You got to make money. You got to get a job.
I feel like the reason is because yo teachers aren't explaining it. Yo, from a kid, like in my opinion, I've always been like yo, I'd rather grind my ass off as a teenager and chill as an adult. Because think about it, when you're a teenager, you can do all those nights of sleeping on the fucking floor and staying out all night and staying up all night and literally just doing whatever. You glued to the TV. You take those hours that you're glued into a TV and you put that into your fucking computer work or mixing or just like recording, bro, it literally does you so much powers. And I feel like I've like witnessed a bit of that for myself, and there's so much more time to be unraveled and unrevealed, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it is fucked. It's the system needs improvement very clearly.
It really does. It really does. And I feel like that like there won't be improvement because you got to think about how many people there is. Like we're at the point where like population control is literally not controlled. Like you can't control like bro, if people wanted to literally go against the whole entire government, it would happen. Like in a blink of an eye. You got to think, yo, there's like 9 billion people on this world right now, and you literally look at like the Earth's like the stats of Earth and like what it can like handle for resources should only be able to fit like maybe like 1.5 billion on a good day.
Yeah.
We've like quadrupled that like maybe like 2-3 times almost. Like yo, that's like fucking slaughterly. And if you look at like the growth of Earth, not even Earth, I mean like people as like the human race and like how fast like people like have expanded and like growth. Like you look at animals and you don't see any animal like really overpopulate because why? Because we hunt them. We're like the top in the primal system because of like fucking agriculture and all those big steps that we did in human evolution. But you also gotta think like, yo, the growth that we grow at is like literally so identical to a virus, like how fast a virus would spread. So if you look at it in a bigger scale, like from a universe standpoint, like you look at it almost from like a God aspect. Like I'm not saying throw religion into this, but I'm just saying look at it from like a bigger aspect, like it's third person or bird eye view. The growth of humans is literally like a virus, bro. You literally see it swarm around the earth. And after we fuck up Earth, what are we gonna do? Instincts are move to the next place. We want to move to Mars. We're just gonna fuck up Mars. We're just gonna fuck up the place if we don't learn and understand that, like, yo, stop fucking all the time, bro. It's not hose, hose, hose. It's grind, grind, grind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, let's talk about a little bit about music.
Yeah, my bad.
I know you've taken all your music off of shit, but there was some good shit on there. I mean, it's probably gonna get re-released once you fix that shit up.
Yeah, the album has a lot of re-releases of like my favorite songs. Like I have songs that I thought that were too short in my opinion, and I was like, yo, I know somebody on Discord who's an underground SoundCloud artist. I'm just gonna throw him in just to like just show support.
Yeah. So, yeah. So at least it's
And
that.
my bad guys, I popped a blood vessel in my nose because my friend's cat was like walking when I was sleeping on the couch, and I went to like smack it, but I like punched myself in the face. Like this is actually pretty good damage. Like I punched myself harder than most people have punched me in my life, and it's funny.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not laughing. But yo, like music wise, I'm saying I want to redrop a lot of things, but I also have to be careful because like I want the album to fit like a specific vibe, and the album really like talks about mental health. Like bro, like you least expectedly think that like me doing that drill shit would talk about mental health. Like bro, it's a serious matter, bro. Like it affects a lot of people, and you gotta understand. Like I feel like my album, like what it does for people, it understands like the deep roots of why I sometimes do get aggressive and why I am like the person I am today, like why I'm so humble and why I really just took a step back from like all like things like I don't really like to involve myself in a lot of like activities. I literally stay inside all day. Like I'm literally like a fucking antisocial motherfucker. I just sit in here, record, text people, make sure people are cool, and maybe I'll go to the studio once in a while. But all I have to really say for like what like this little question that you asked. I know I'm doing a big ass explanation. It's fucking wild. I'm fried, so I'm just gonna over elaborate everything I talk about. But um, well, shit. Just ask the next question. I'm high.
All right. When did you get your start in music?
When I get my start in music, I talked about this a little bit in my YouTube video that I did. I kind of started around like 9, but like I was always really into music. Like my dad always like played like Wu-Tang and shit. Like not like saying I grew up on like aggressive vibes, guys. Like I used to listen to Johnny Cash because my mom's like whitewashed, and she is white, so not really washed. You kind of just born that way, but like fucking like she put me on like country music, and like I took in like country kind of melodies. Like yo, certain songs like I wouldn't say certain songs have a country kind of melodies, but if you look at like the same kind of like note pattern, like if you look at very like catchy songs, they go by 4 notes. And I pick a lot of beats that go by 4 chords, like 4 chords that are like really catchy, like pop chords and stuff. Like if you look at like a pop song, like you can really like. I remember watching a YouTube video about it in my music class, like back in the day when I was like a kid. I'm already saying back in the day, like fucking old, bro. But fucking I'm talking and I learned this shit about this like music thing with the 4 notes and the pop, and I really took that in. And I was like, yo, I want to make catchy songs because like how I really approached music as a kid, I was like, yo, if I get the attraction of females, they'll just talk about the shit, and then the guys will be like, what the fuck is this guy like some like fucking simp like talking to like shorties? And then that's when I bust in my freestyles, bro. That's when I just go in and fucking spit lyrically because I freestyle almost all my songs. Like I just go in and I just spit it like. Yeah, it might not be like an actual structured freestyle where I spit the whole thing in one take, but like I'll literally just go in, spit some shit, and then be like, okay, I like that, and then I listen back to it, and I'd be like, okay, what makes sense with the last bar is what I'm gonna freestyle about in the next part, and it's like, yeah, I might be stopping and thinking about what I want to do next, but I feel like that's a little bit even like cooler in my opinion, because it's like, yo, I just say something like straight off my mind, and then I take that and then I run off of it, and then I just like create like a story where I create like a topic or a song. Like some songs are less structured than others, and I do that intentionally. Like some songs I'm not going to be very descriptive because that's not really what I felt like was meant for that song. Like I didn't like, I don't really want to go full in detail and make everybody cry in every single song. Like I just feel like an asshole if everybody cries at every single song. Like like you gotta have certain like vibes, and I feel like what I did was like some songs are less detailed, some songs are more detailed, some songs are more just about how I feel and things that I would want to do and things that I feel like are necessary for like that vibe of the song that I'm going with. It's not like I'm lying, I'm talking about things that I personally do and personally would do, and like just like my opinion on things and my perspective of like relationships and like just interacting goals and just popping niggas and just like shit like that, bro.
I'm trying to figure out where we started from that because we went off.
Going crazy, bro. Going crazy.
So what's your creative process like?
Yo, my creative process, as you can tell, is just fucking like all over the place, bro. I got like ADHD and shit, bro. Not prescribed, but I just like to tell myself I have it. But fucking, like, my creative process is literally just like, I'm pretty social when it comes to like the people that I trust and I know. So like my very small circle, but I'm also very like open. Like I'm ready to like approach the rap scene because I understand like for the rap scene you gotta be speaking, bro. Like you can't be fucking like you just can't be like the stew and all that shit and just like I like to talk and it's like I have a lot to say because I've been through a lot and it's not like I feel like I can like really lead other people, but I feel like I can just talk about it and people could be like, yo, I relate with that guy a little bit more, and I feel like I gotta have a stronger relationship with like people in the music scene because like people in the music scene I look at as like different than just like regular human beings. I look at regular people like NPCs. Like you walk down the street and you see some fucking guy. His name's probably Joe. Probably has 2 kids. His wife just divorced him a week ago, and now he's like depressed and he has chronic back pain and he's struggling to pay for like chiropractor fees and shit. But like you wouldn't know that because you never talked to him and you just be like, oh, I'm never gonna talk to that guy in my life. Like, unless if he bumped into me and was like, yo, sorry, like, can I pay for some shit? And I'm like, sure. Like, you would never talk to him. And like, there's a lot of people that you walk down the street and you see and you would never ever talk to him in your life. And I just like, I feel like those people probably don't exist. And like the people that I know, I feel like I actually met them for a reason because it's like somehow, bro, I just meet people that are like beneficial for my life, and you will meet people that aren't beneficial for your life, and you already get that feeling in your gut that's like, yo, I probably shouldn't hang around this fuck nigga.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, if you're not like light skinned or black, you'd probably be like, oh, I shouldn't hang around this guy.
Yeah,
Like,
or motherfucker or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, whatever, what other abbreviations you fucking use.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about the What's Up Freestyle and the beef surrounding it. I don't know what you can and can't talk about, but
Bro, like, I'm not gonna say too much, but I can just talk about like the song. Like, I'll give you like the song. I'm not gonna talk too much into it because like it's whatever, bro. Like, you could probably learn that information from another guy, and then if you learn the information from somebody else, then that's all it means on you. But what I'm gonna say is the song. I made the song just because I don't know, bro. I heard a song about me, bro, and like like it's just like if I hear a song about me, I instantly gotta fire it back. Like it's just rap wise. It's like not even just like personal. It's like I'm defending like where I started, bro. I'm not letting someone tarnish my song with a shitty 2-minute song. That's why I had to make it 6 minutes, because I know for a fucking fact nobody is making a fucking a 10-minute song back. You don't got it, and you can't do it, and I know you can't do it, and that's why I did it, just to show my concentration. Like, if I put my mind to something, bro, I initially wanted to make it 15 minutes, and my friends told me that like it would never, like no one would ever listen to it, and I literally have the 15-minute version, bro, and like the other like majority of the rest of the song, different beats, bro. There's like 4 switches, and it was crazy, but like I was just like, yo, that's kind of overkill, bro. Like, I don't want the guy to go kill himself.
I mean, yeah, that song really did show that you were on another level. Like, even if it wasn't a diss, like it was just that track, it was just so far ahead of everything I've seen. It was actually insane. Some of the bars I was like, some of the bars were funny as fuck. You're like, they were like, I know in the music video there's the one where you were like, I swear it was like about McDonald's or some shit, and you just went like, he's inflated like a fucking, and I'm like, bro, no one would actually do this shit.
No, like it's like, bro, because I used to watch a lot of stand-up comedy. Like, my dad, like, yo, Dave Chappelle, freaking my homie, literally, yo, I could literally pull him in here. He probably doesn't want to show his face, but watches so much comedy with me, bro. It's just actually hilarious, bro. Like, and I feel like I implement a lot of comedy into like my music, because it's just like I feel like I'm a funny person. Like, when I talk to people, like I crack jokes, because like jokes are really important, bro. Like, when you make a joke about something, even when it's a serious topic, like I always learn this from like my parents. When you crack a joke, like you laugh about it and you remember it, and you probably tell it to other people. But if it's a joke about something that's like actually like serious and like kind of like about something, it makes you remember it, and then also just like it's funny, bro. Like, it's not that deep, but I mean, I like to bring things deep.
And it brings joy to everything, realistically. Like,
it really does. It adds a nice coating on it, and when you look back at it, it's just like it's a little brighter of a memory than just like, hey, yeah, pulled up my shirt. Like,
yeah.
Know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't bring that element,
and
especially for an entertaining video.
Yeah, and I mean, you said you draw inspiration from like a bunch of places. You said you listened to country when you were growing up because your mom was listening to country. Like, is there any other like?
And because she was white.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. But like, is there any other like weird places you draw inspiration from?
I got a couple friends that like listen to like different kind of styles of music than me, so that really also helps, because like, they'll be like, yo, let me put you on a song, and then I'm like, yeah, I don't really like the song, and then like I'll catch myself kind of like humming the melody, and I'll be like, hit him up on Snapchat and be like, yo, send me that song, and he sends it to me, add it to my playlist, I listen to it, and then I'm like, yo, I appreciate the song much more, because like it wasn't forced on me. That's where I feel like I don't like listening to like those like Billboard songs. Like, I didn't listen to the Weeknd album, barely listened to the Gunna album. I don't think I've listened to a full album since like Members Only, bro. Like, to be honest with you, since like they dropped an album, bro. Actually, no, I listened to the Drake album. It was mid.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, I would honestly like. Then again, you say you might have ADHD. The Weeknd's album is a little bit long, but it's actually pretty good. Like, would
Pretty
highly
good.
suggest it. Yeah.
Like, what is it? Is it like majority R&B?
It's more like dance synth pop.
See,
So
like
I don't know.
that's where
Yeah.
like this is a thing. I'm like how I like you asked about my structure in music, and I forgot to mention this. And it's crazy that like I remembered this, especially since I'm like enlightened by the marijuanas. But fuck, no, don't make me lose it, bro. Don't make me lose it on myself. Oh, okay, my fucking writing process and just like my not even my writing process, but just like my music process. I like to listen to a certain type of music to create a certain type of music. And it's like if I'm really like, cause I made like screamo music where I've like listened to like X and I've listened to freaking NASCAR Aloe, Zilla Kami, freaking Craig Zen, Bass Santana, like all just like the underground and just like kind of like up there going up, like kind of just like music. And also Josiah, I forgot to mention him. But like I listened to all those guys just to, like understand the scream kind of vibe, and then I threw that into my one song Mistaken, and it's like it works out perfectly. And it's just like I feel like when you listen to a certain type of music, you can create that same type of music, but it's not like you're copycatting somebody, but it's just like you understand what the elements and what are required to like complete that kind of task are. It's like, yo, if you're building Ford Mustangs, right? You're building Ford Mustangs. Let's say you're building them, and then somebody asks you to fix their fucking Toyota Prius or some shit. Like you might not know. You know what I mean? Like you might not know, but if you take a bit of like learning about each different particular thing, it kind of just helps each other, just like sports and shit. Like, you know, soccer players, they working on their legs, they might go play another sport, and it helps them because they were doing all that practice for a prior sport, and that same skill set is required, or is a piece that is required in the next physical activity.
You were just talking about like you listen to a certain type of music to make a certain type of music. Is there any like
Yeah,
other types of music that you haven't made yet that you're looking to make like in the near future?
yeah, I have like a checklist. Like I kind of like I want to make like a 10 of each genre in like my mind, like of like the genres that I have listed. And like I'm always listening to like new music as well, like new styles of music. And like sometimes I'm just like I wake up and I'm like, oh, kind of want to make a pop song. Or, like, oh, I feel like I want to make an R&B song, like kind of some like Bryson Tiller kind of vibes. Like let me make some song about my shorty at the moment or some shit, right? And then I'm just like, all right. And then I listen to like songs to like understand like what things they talk about. I make a little list of like, oh, okay, talks about love, but he also talks about like what he's been doing and how he's been unloyal and why he's sorry and just shit like that. And just understand like what like the fundamentals of like a regular R&B song is, because it's like rhythm and blues, so it's like rhythm and kind of just sadness a little bit, but like you don't want to just like saturate it with like sadness, because like people can tell when you're not genuine about a certain style. Like when you just hop style to style, it's really hard to do. Like yo, you see people like Drake do it so properly. It's because yo, like Drake, you gotta understand where he came from. Like yo, like Canada up here, we listen to so much different kind of music, bro. Like so much different cultures and so much different stuff put around us, bro. Like we've heard music from so many different fucking cultures where like bro, it's almost inevitable for somebody to like fully on be racist. Like if you really think about it, bro. Like there's so much different stuff going on. Like it's really hard to just pick and choose the kind of music you want to hear. You'll just hear something and you'll either like it or you won't.
Yeah, for sure. The radios up here literally just play whatever. It's
Literally.
insane. And they do definitely have a Canadian bias though, because like in the rules and regulations of like laws for the radio, they'll like every other song up here is either The Weeknd or Drake, just because they have to play Canadian artists, and those are the ones that are chart topping, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not even just for the radio. Like if you look at the radio and you're like, oh yeah, the radio is pretty just playing a lot of genres and a lot of styles, except for like if you threw out the Drake and the Weeknd, you just extracted them from the list of music that they play. They do play a lot of different kind of vibes. And then you gotta also take into account on like YouTube and like people who just listen to music on their social medias. Like people from all different places just can like just extract music and extract different stuff from different places at different times. Like yo, I think it's like what 40,000 songs are like dropped a day or some shit. Or like
Yeah.
I remember googling that like 40,000 songs. No, it's probably way more. Yeah, especially since we just talked about how there's like 9 billion people in the world. But you also got to think about how many people are publishing those songs.
Yeah.
And how many people are those are professional with their songs. Like dropping songs, I feel like the 40,000 would actually be maybe an accurate number.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
for them,
yeah.
maybe for America, not worldwide.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's also another thing with music. You gotta stand out, you know. And I feel like I like even just talking to you like right now, you've got something there. You're smart enough to know.
Fuck. Thank you. I'm not smart enough to keep my mic up, but
No, but that's just
you know, even
yeah.
Einstein couldn't put on his socks.
Well, I mean,
You
you're
just
not
gotta,
making
you gotta
millions
interpret
yet,
certain
you know.
information. Yeah. That's a nice word. That's a nice word. That's the word of the day. That's the word of the day.
Yeah, but like you're like you were talking about like how it's like four notes. You're studying music, which is something I think
Yeah.
a lot of artists just don't. You know, you'll listen to a trap artist and they'll just be making music that it'll be they won't experiment with anything and they'll use just one style of music and then they won't even know what they're really doing. They're just rapping over beats. You know, that's all they're
Yeah.
doing.
And it's like that's a thing though, cause like I plan on like eventually, like bro, like throughout like my lifetime, I want to like produce my own album. Like I've been producing like my own songs, and like a couple of the songs that I've dropped have been produced by me, and like a couple songs in the album are produced by me. And I'm trying to like find people who want to like use my beats so I can like produce for other people and low key be like a Kitchener Kanye. But like, um, I'm just trying to like kind of just do that, but it's like practicing, like learning, like mixing vocals just really helped me with like just mixing beats because I understand what like instruments I want to hear more and what I want depth and what I want to be like surrounded and surround sound, what I want reverb on, what I want like all these different like things that I have on my program, my DAW. But I mean, you're gonna ask what DAW I use. I use Logic, and I was gonna use FL, switch over to FL, but I figured out how to make the vocal preset that I wanted to make for my vocals. I thought I had to use FL for it, but then I just made it today. I updated like my vocal presets, so like when I drop new songs, or like a lot of the songs that you're gonna hear that drop next are gonna be like songs that are from my vault because I got bare songs in my vault, bro. I literally record all day, like I'm literally a workaholic, and it's like I feel like the ADHD low-key helps because it's like I just like to pick like weird different beats and then I'll just rap over it, do like maybe a couple freestyles and then I'll mix it later and then chop up like what parts of the songs that I like and just like make a song out of it.
Yeah. So, who's one artist you want to like collaborate in the near future? Like not necessarily like a dream artist, but someone who's around you that you'd want to collaborate with.
Near future, like I'm in the talks with like a couple people who are like from my city that like I've like noticed. Like me and Amuzi, we got some shit going, like bro, cause he's from like where I'm from. Like me and him are like we're tight. You know, I'm not gonna talk too much on that because like it's just like where we live, bro. I'm not gonna expose the homes, but me and him got some shit going on. I don't know if you know about LD Baby.
Oh yeah.
That's our homie. It's kind of like our little like we used to just hang out all the time. We don't hang out as much because like everybody's kind of just focused on the music thing, and like where I'm at right now, I'm just in a different position than everybody else. So is my mic every fucking 30 seconds, different position, bro. Fuck, bro. Mike's going from like missionary to downwards dog to fucking like, all this shit.
Yeah. And then what would you be? What would be your dream collab then?
Oh, my dream collab would probably be. I really want to work with PNB Rock when I was a kid, bro, because I used to just bump that nigga like all the time, and like I feel like his vibe little rubs off on certain songs that I do that are like kind of like melodic and kind of shit. Like I kind of just take on a little bit of like his inspiration, but I'd love to work with like PNB Rock. Bryson Tiller would be fucking crazy. I have people tell me I should work with Tory Lanez, but like I kind of want to get to like a point where like I'm almost either like at the position and like the music scene where I'm like almost like the same kind of like status as them because I don't really want to be put on by another artist because it's like I feel like I have what it takes to just become an internet sensation just on my own, and it's not like I'm just like riding my own dick.
And the thing with Tory, like you mentioned Tory Lanez, I feel like I've noticed this one thing. Anytime there's an up and coming artist out of like the Greater Toronto area, that does multiple genres, they immediately go to Tory Lanez just because he's like the benchmark. Which like I get it, but and I've even used it. Like I reacted to Don Valley, you know, and like I compared it to Tory Lanez for a little bit, and then I realized, oh wait, it's just they do multiple genres. They're not the music's actually nothing alike, you know.
Yeah, and it's not even the fact that he does multiple genres, but it's also just like you gotta understand like Tori's vibe is probably like similar to my vibe because like people who do make like versatile music, I feel like they're just like their mentals like it's just built a little bit different. Like they take the game a little more serious. Like they understand the marketing side of music. Cause like you can't just stick to one thing. Like you look at Walmart. If Walmart only sold fucking kids backpacks, they'd only have customers once a year. Nobody
Yeah.
would be going to their fucking store. So like you know what I mean? When you make that hype music and it's only that hype music, you're only gonna get a certain percentage of people going to your page at a certain amount of time. But let's say you got a sad song, you got a hype song, you got a pop song, you got a rock song. You got different types of people coming to your page all at the same time, but for a different reason. And all these people like a certain portion about you. They like a certain part of you. Like yeah, they might not like you entirely, but nobody fucking asked them to like me entirely. That's what my girlfriend's for. And fucking other shit like people just like small portions of me and they just be like, oh, I like you for this song, I like you for that song, I like you because you did this and did that. And like if I only sold kids backpacks, then, you know, like where the fuck would I be at?
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I look at it at least. But like you prove me wrong, but
No, that's exactly it, and I think it's a very good way to broaden your horizons, and yeah, as you said, make uh make other people that maybe wouldn't usually listen to this type of music listen to it, because if they like you, they're gonna like whatever you put out, and if you put out a different type of music, they might as well just like it because they have that connection with you, you know.
especially if it's a good song in that genre, because I feel like a struggle with a lot of people is finding good songs in each genre, because it's like you don't know all the good artists. Because they say like you don't know all the good country artists. Like if I was like yo, yeah, put me on a country song, you're like, I don't fucking know, baby, lock them doors and turn them lights down low. Like, like you don't even know the artist. You just sing the song and you hope that's the title, but it's literally not.
For the record, I do have a country playlist, but
Okay, yo. Okay. You prove me wrong. You prove me wrong.
yeah, but no, but that's the thing. There is a lot of people that listen to one genre and one genre only, and they don't
Exactly.
appreciate music. They just appreciate this, and I feel like people
Or
who,
maybe they just haven't been able to like get into it, because you gotta understand like yo, I got a lot of friends to be like yo, country music's for white fuckers, bro. Don't listen to that shit. That shit will rot your brain. And I'm like yo, like it doesn't rot your brain, guys. It doesn't turn you into a cowboy either. Like it doesn't make you want to shoot your dog in the backyard and drink a beer and drive a fucking 200 kilometers in a F-150. Like it doesn't do any of that, bro. You just listen to it and enjoy it, bro. And he's like yeah. And I put on my homies to like a couple country songs like fucking I forget his full name, but like I think it's Wagon Wheel. I like that song. That was a pretty sick one if you know what I'm talking about.
yeah, and I mean
But
like
I put my homies onto that.
and like country now is like, I mean, it started with Lil Nas X, which I mean, say what you want about him, he did kind of start the wave of country music blending with rap and like hip hop, and then now you just saw Lil Durk release a song with Morgan Wallen, which is, it's actually a fucking
Oh
good
shit,
song.
that dropped?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, you might have to check that out, but yeah.
Yeah, bro.
So
I'm really looking like Rudolph in here, bro. Actually, like ridiculous.
I actually don't have any other questions. I mean, we talked a little bit about it. When do you think the future projects are coming out? Do you know? Like,
Future projects. Well, I got a marketing agent. That's the thing. Like, I feel
Oh,
like I got a
shit.
key weapon now. Like, I found my homie. He goes to college. It's like one of my best friends, bro. I haven't talked to him in like a long time. And I got connected with one of his friends that he was cool with, but I wasn't really cool with. And then we all just connected when we were older. And he's just older than me, so he just has like a wiser perspective of things. And I feel like I feel like I have a very good maturity for my age, even though like I'm very immature at certain times. And it's the way it is. Alright,
Yeah.
we're good for a bit. Always for a bit, bro. It's like I got like putting the tuning to a washing machine and it just works for like 30 minutes, and it's like you gotta pay for another service, sweetie. And then I'm like, shit, all right. And then like I got my next coin literally waiting for me to like keep my mic up, bro, because it's like it's like a fucking parking spot, bro. Like just drops, and I just gotta keep feeding my bed frame change, bro, just to keep my fucking mic up.
By the end of the interview, your bed frame's just gonna be a millionaire.
Yeah, but I don't even get fucking profit shares, bro, because like there's nowhere to fucking like I gotta drill my bed frame to get the money back out.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have played the Ouija board.
Yeah. I think I'm low key running out of time, but I want to say that like end on this note, and you can reply whatever you want. I've had this thought the whole time we were talking, and it's a massive compliment to you in my opinion. You remind me so much of X.
Who's Vex?
XXXTentacion.
Oh.
Because you started the interview just talking about how like the world was like fucking multiplying and all that shit, and then you were talking about like in depth about how music, like how you studied music. Like, I think you genuinely.
I appreciate that as a crazy compliment, and like genuinely, like I've like, bro, that's not the first time someone has said this to me, and I've literally had people try to tell me I rap like him, and I was like, okay, guys, let's not fucking throw the frisbee to a wrong dog park. But like I was like, I understand where like we might have like the same kind of like just understanding and perspective on life, but I feel like we don't have the same perspective on life, because I feel like I'm really just in a different adolescence. Like I looked at X as almost like a mentor when I was a kid, and I looked at him and I listened to him, but like his actions and his choice never like dripped or bled into my living styles. Like I never looked at rappers and been like, oh no, like he passed away, I cry and shit. Like I've never had an emotional connection because I never met the nigga. Like I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it's like I can't cry for someone I never met. That would just make me look like a dumbass.
Yeah, no, and really, what I meant by that was.
And
it was,
no,
yeah.
I don't want to leave it on that note. I don't want to leave it on that note. Never on that note. RPX. That's my inspiration, bro. Like I'm not throwing any shade on him.
No.
But what I'm saying is like my style, my life. Like I feel like if X was still around and I was even aspiring and he was up there, he wouldn't want me to be like, oh yeah, my vibes from X. Like no, my vibe is me, bro. I'm DAYONIKIN. That's just who I am. And it's like, yeah, we might have similar attributes, and I feel like that's why I might have liked him, because I might have seen a little bit of myself in him at a young age, and I already knew who I wanted to be when I was a kid, bro. I was little and I already had the game plan for music, bro. I was literally planning to drop my first album when I was 11. And then when I was a little bit younger, I got sent to foster care, so it delayed the whole process. And then I was like, you know what, scrap it. I'm gonna make an album about foster care and about how I hate people and how I just hate life and like just my mind on shit. And my headphones died, so I'm not gonna be able to hear you. But I know that you gotta leave, so I'm just gonna say goodbye, bro. I'm sorry I can't hear you. These beats actually die because the battery. But hold on, I can unplug it and hear you.
Yeah, just unplug it for a quick sec. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to specify because I didn't want to like the only reason I compared you to X was not because of like necessarily personality traits or anything. It was just that you're so ahead of the game. That's all it is. So it was no disrespect.
When you bring it to that point, yes, like totally, like that's 100% accurate. Like I appreciate that a lot. But it's like when I had a lot of people come up to me talking about X, like the problem was they try to literally like throw like X's X's style like and label me. Yeah. Like that's the thing. I don't like to be labeled because it's like I want you to label me as me. Yeah. And if you're gonna label anybody, you better label another motherfucker and try to say that he's stealing my style. Yeah. Because like it ain't me, bro. Yeah. No, I understand that, and I didn't want to. I just wanted to clarify that. No, I'll never be offended, bro. Yeah. Like you'll never be offended by me. When I'm offended, bro, I'll be like yelling to get shit. All right. I'll be like, fucking sick.
Well, thank you for your time.
I don't ever get mad, really.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. This
was I was calm the whole time when I made What's Up. Like I wasn't even angry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could tell you were just joking and shit, bro. It was low key like just funny. So, but thank you for your time. This was honestly great. And
no problem, bro. I'm sorry that I had to have like fucking red nose over here. Yeah. But promise I'm not a clown. Mr. Ronald McDonald.
And hopefully I'll have you on again, and we'll talk about like you actually releasing music when it's time. You know?
Yeah. Like this is really just like an update kind of thing for me, because like when I explain like my idea and process, I'm about to drop a YouTube video just explaining it all. So like like keep up for that. But I'll also text you and like tell you about what I got planned, and we can host up another interview. I'm actually about to go to the studio in a bit and discuss the plan with my marketing agent that I just talked to you guys about. But,
All right. See you.
I see you then, bro. Have a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, you too.